Did you know that the British Empire's rule over India didn't start with an invasion? It began with a piece of paper? On the very last day of the year 1600, Queen Elizabeth I granted a royal charter to a group of merchants. This group was called the East India Company. Their goal? To trade spices and other exotic goods from the East. At first, they were just one of many European trading companies in India. But over the next 3 centuries, something incredible happened. Through a mix of clever politics, powerful alliances, and military might, this trading company transformed. They went from being simple merchants to a ruling power, laying the groundwork for the British Empire to become one of the most powerful forces on the globe. It's a fascinating story of how commerce turned into conquest.
Thanks for watching.
If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more history shorts. Ever wonder how a tiny island like Britain managed to build an empire so massive people said the sun never set on it? It's a fascinating story, and a huge part of the answer lies in something you might not expect: paperwork and organization. Seriously, Britain's secret weapon wasn't just its navy, but its incredibly efficient bureaucracy. They were masters at setting up systems to rule their vast colonies from afar. Take India, for example. The British established control through powerful figures like the Governor-General and later the Viceroys. These officials were the backbone of British rule. Implementing policies and maintaining order across a subcontinent, this structured approach allowed a small nation to govern millions, creating one of the largest empires in history. It really shows the power of a well-oiled administrative machine. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more historical insights. Hey, history buffs! Ever wondered how the title of the top British official in India changed over time? Let's dive into a quick history lesson. When the East India Company first established its power, they controlled Bengal through a governor of Bengal. The very first one was the famous Robert Clive. But things didn't stay that way. The post was later upgraded to Governor-General of Bengal in 1773. Fast forward to 1833. The Charter Act of 1833 came into play, and the title was changed once again, this time to Governor-General of India, reflecting their expanding control. The first person to hold this new, grander title was Lord William Bentinck. From Governor of Bengal to Governor-General of India, it's a fascinating peek into the growth of British power on the subcontinent. If you enjoyed this quick fact, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Hey everyone, have you ever wondered how one single event could completely change the course of a country's history? Let's talk about the Indian Revolt of 1857. This wasn't just a rebellion, it was a massive turning point. Before this, India was largely controlled by a private company, the British East India Company. Imagine a corporation running a country. But the revolt shook the British Empire to its core. They realized the company couldn't handle ruling such a vast and complex land. So, in 1858, they made a huge change. The British government took direct control, and Queen Victoria was declared the Empress of India. The title of Governor-General was replaced with a new, more powerful one: the Viceroy. This person was the personal representative of the monarch, signaling a new era of direct imperial rule that would last for the next 90 years. It's a fascinating shift from corporate to crown control. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more history shorts. Ever wondered how British rule in India really got started? It all began with the Governor-Generals of Bengal. Let's dive into 3 key figures who shaped history. First up, Warren Hastings, the very first Governor-General from 1773. He wasn't just a paper pusher. He laid the groundwork for the entire British administrative system in India. Think courts, revenue collection, he started it all. A controversial figure, but undeniably foundational. Next, we skip a bit to Sir John Shore. Taking over in 1793, he was known for his policy of non-intervention. He preferred to let the Indian states sort themselves out, a stark contrast to his predecessor and successor. Finally entered the ambitious Lord Wellesley in 1798. He threw non-intervention out the window and introduced the subsidiary alliance system, dramatically expanding British influence. From administration to expansion, these 3 governors set the stage for the British Raj. Want to learn more? Hit that subscribe button.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our series on the Governors General of India.
let's dive into the early 19th century. First up, we have Sir George Barlow, who was in charge from 1805 to 1807. His time was pretty short, but he's remembered for the Vellore Mutiny of 1806, a significant event where Indian sepoys rebelled. Next, Lord Minto. I took over from 1807 to 1813. A key moment during his rule was the Treaty of Amritsar in 1809, which he signed with Maharaja Ranjit Singh. This treaty basically established the Sutlej River as the boundary between British territory and the Sikh Empire. Finally, we get to Lord Hastings, who had a much longer tenure from 1813 to 1823. His period was action-packed. He oversaw the Anglo-Nepalese War and the Third Anglo-Maratha War, which massively expanded British influence. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more history. Hey, history buffs! Let us dive into a pivotal era in British India and meet three governor-generals who shaped its future. First up, Lord Amherst, who was in charge from 1823 to 1828. His time is most remembered for the First Anglo-Burmese War, a major conflict that expanded British influence in Southeast Asia. Next, we have Lord William Bentinck. From 1828 to 1835, he's a huge figure. Bentinck is famous for his wide-ranging social reforms. He worked to abolish sati, the practice of widow burning, and suppressed thuggee, a network of organized robbers. He also promoted English as the language of administration and education, which had long-lasting effects. Finally, a short but significant tenure by Lord Metcalfe from 1835 to 1836, though his time was brief. He made a big impact by repealing press restrictions, earning him the title Liberator of the Indian Press. Three leaders, three very different legacies. If you enjoyed this quick history lesson, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Ever wonder who was running the show in British India during the 1840s? Let's take a quick look at three key figures. First up, Lord Auckland, who was in charge from 1836 to 1842. His time is most remembered for the disastrous First Anglo-Afghan War, a conflict that really tarnished his reputation. Next, Lord Ellenborough took over from 1842 to 1844. He was all about military might, and is known for annexing Sindh. His aggressive policies, however, didn't sit well back in London, and he was recalled pretty quickly. Finally, we have Lord Hardinge I. From 1844 to 1848, he brought a different vibe, focusing on social reforms like suppressing human sacrifice and female infanticide, but his term wasn't all peace and quiet. He also presided over the First Anglo-Sikh War. Three governors, three very different legacies, all in just over a decade. If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more history shorts. Ever wonder how modern India started taking shape? Let's dive into the 1860s and 70s with three viceroys who made a huge impact. First up, Lord John Lawrence. During his time, from 1864 to 1869, something incredible happened. Telegraph communication with Europe opened up. Imagine that leap in connection. Plus, he established high courts in Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras, laying the groundwork for India's modern legal system. Next, Lord Mayo took over in 1869. He's known as the father of financial decentralization in India, giving provinces more control over their money. He also established statistical and agricultural departments. Tragically, his term was cut short in 1872. Finally, Lord Northbrook's term saw the Prince of Wales, later King Edward VII, visit India. This was a major event. He also faced the Kuka movement in Punjab. These three viceroys, in just over a decade, really set the stage for significant changes. If you enjoyed this quick history lesson, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Ever wondered how three different men shaped India in just 12 years? Let's take a quick look at three viceroys from the late 19th century. First up, Lord Lytton, from 1876 to 1880. He's often remembered for his controversial policies, like the Vernacular Press Act, which restricted Indian language newspapers. His time was marked by the Great Famine and the Second Anglo-Afghan War, making him a pretty divisive figure. Next, we have Lord Ripon. From 1880 to 1884, he was a breath of fresh air, known as Ripon the Good. He repealed the Unpopular Press Act and introduced local self-government, earning him a lot of goodwill. He really tried to bring about positive reforms. Finally, Lord Dufresne took over from 1884 to 1888. A major event during his tenure was the formation of the Indian National Congress in 1885, a pivotal moment in India's journey to independence. 3 viceroys, 3 very different legacies. If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more history shorts. Thanks for watching. Ever wonder who was running British India right before the turn of the 20th century? Let's take a quick look at 3 key viceroys. First up, Lord Lansdowne, who served from 1888 to 1894. During his time, he passed the Indian Councils Act of 1892, which was a small step towards including more Indians in government. He also established the Durand Line, which still marks the border between Afghanistan and modern-day Pakistan. Next came Lord Elgin II, from 1894 to 1899. His term was tough, marked by severe famines that affected millions. It was also during his time that the revolutionary Chapekar brothers made their mark, signaling a rise in nationalist sentiment. Finally, we have the famous, or infamous, Lord Curzon. From 1899 to 1905, he was an energetic but controversial figure. He created the Northwest Frontier Province and established the Archaeological Survey of India. But he's most remembered for the 1905 partition of Bengal, a move that ignited massive protests across the country.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more history shorts. Ever wonder how British India was governed right before its biggest changes? Let's take a quick trip back in time to meet 3 key viceroys. First up, Lord Minto II. From 1905 to 1910, his time is famous for the Morley-Minto reforms. This was a big deal because it introduced separate electorates for Muslims, a move that would deeply shape India's future politics. Next, Lord Hardinge II took over from 1910 to 1916. A major event during his term was moving the capital of British India from Calcutta to Delhi in 1911. Imagine the logistics. His era also saw the start of World War I, which brought India into a global conflict. Finally, Lord Chelmsford, from 1916 to 1921. His tenure was marked by the tragic Jallianwala Bagh massacre in Amritsar and the important Montagu-Chelmsford reforms, which further expanded Indian participation in government. 3 men, 3 distinct periods, all paving the way for modern India. Thanks for watching. Ever wondered who was in charge in India during the Roaring '20s and the early '30s? Let's dive into a quick history lesson. From 1921 to 1926, Lord Reading was the viceroy. During his time, the Chauri Chaura incident happened, leading Gandhi to call off the non-cooperation movement. He also saw the formation of the Swaraj Party. Next up, Lord Irwin, from 1926 to 1931. His tenure was packed with action. The Simon Commission arrived, sparking massive protests. We also saw the famous Dandi March and the start of the civil disobedience movement. This period ended with the significant Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Finally, Lord Willingdon took over from 1931 to 1936. Key events under his watch include the Second and Third Round Table conferences and the Pune Pact between Gandhi and Ambedkar. It was a pivotal era shaping India's future. Hope you enjoyed that quick look. For more history shorts, don't forget to like and subscribe. Did you know the final chapter of British rule in India was overseen by just 3 men? Let's dive into the last Viceroys of India. First up, Lord Linlithgow, whose term from 1936 to 1944 was the longest in British Indian history. He saw the outbreak of World War II, a massive turning point that put immense pressure on the British Empire. Next came Lord Wavell. From 1944 to 1947, he tried to navigate the complex political landscape, proposing the Wavell Plan to bring Indian leaders into the government, but the talks ultimately failed. Finally, Lord Mountbatten arrived in 1947 with a clear, urgent mission to oversee the transfer of power. His brief but momentous tenure led to the partition of India and the creation of India and Pakistan. officially ending the British Raj in 1947. 3 men, 1 historic transition. If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more history shorts. Ever wonder how modern India and Pakistan came to be? A key figure in this story is Lord Mountbatten, the last Viceroy of British India. His arrival in 1947 marked a whirlwind of change. On June 3, 1947, the Indian Independence Bill was quickly introduced June 3rd and passed in the British Parliament, often called the Mountbatten officially Plan, setting the stage for independence. To draw the new borders, 2 boundary commissions were set up under Sir Cyril Radcliffe. His task was to divide the complex regions of Punjab and Bengal, a decision that would shape millions of lives. With independence on August 15, 1947, Mountbatten's role shifted. He became the first Governor-General of the newly formed Dominion of India. Serving until 1948, his brief but impactful tenure was truly a turning point in history. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more historical deep dives. Hey everyone, just a quick but important heads up before we dive in. All the amazing content you read about to see is the result of a lot of hard work and dedication from the team here at Vision IAS. We've poured our hearts into creating this for you. Because of that, all rights are reserved. This means that no part of this video or any of our documents can be reproduced, stored, or transmitted in any form, whether that's electronic, mechanical, photocopying, or anything else, without getting our permission first. We love that you a part of our community, and we so grateful for your support in respecting our work. It allows us to keep creating high-quality educational content to help you on your journey. Thanks for understanding, and we hope you find this session incredibly valuable. Let's get started.